Soul Speak. I want to give a shout out to my friend Angie Parker and all those other people who've given me inspiration to take this show on the road with no money, but all the energy in the world. It's a new day, a new way of old, not what you think. It's what your heart knows from the space that feels. No frills, a real OG, original guarantee. Universe bringing victory every moment life exceeds. Past the scars and schemes, possession and limited possibilities. By a world we came to thrive, can't survive when you're always alive. Break the beat down, pull the roof back, move your feet to this sound. Soul speaking, soul seeking. Get your serenity shaken, take the morning glory and rise. Stick the holy hand jive, fear and separation. Infinite intelligence beehive, cosmic mind creation, spirit synthesized. Bomb the racist infidelities, release the past, made us cry deprived. We got this new day and new way. Add another frequency, change the hollow histories, erasing monarchy, hierarchy, demagoguery, religiosity. Fade the lawless laws, jaded sinless synagogues, churchless churches. Gods ain't jealous, they never try to sell us and charge us for eternity. That's a man-made thing, free to breathe when we have freed every human being. So take off the mask, take it down, every label. Red, black, white, yellow, brown, come on down to the soul highway, where the beats pray, the guitar sprays life force and chi, and the drums banging meditative kundalini. Drop the good books as far as the third eye can see. This is about you and me, he and she. Soul is not a wannabe. Drop the flags, culture, creed, and countries. Universal, eloquent equality. Unique, let your wild free. Grease your wheels, shine your light. Be what your heart feels, spilling it. It's a chilling universality. Hell yeah, make up your own words. Leave the sheepish herd and watch the world follow you from the shores of the Dead Sea to the mountains of Tennessee. Move your fire, find your fears, climb the walls. It's a new day, new way. Break the beat down, pull the roof back, move your feet to this sound. Soul speaking, soul seeking. See you on the soul train, where everyone is God. Left brain, right brain, masculine, feminine. Soul, destiny, divinity, trinity, infinity. Free the mind, fall in line till the last lost struggling soul bursts through from the inside. Todd Medina, Soldier One Studios, wishing you peace, power, protection, and big love for you and yours. One.
Speaking of love, thank you for showing up and being here with us.
Only for you, Rory. I'd do anything for you.
So we're going to dive into the topic of sacred sex and see what comes up. And this is something that you've experienced with, or it's come into your path, or you found it throughout your life, and you've been experiencing this for a while now. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably only in the last 2.5 years since I got married to Todd, mostly. Before that, I was learning about it all. I was practicing herioscamos, which is a part of sacred sexuality. But yeah, really only in the last couple of 2.5 years.
Cool. How did you stumble into this stuff? What happened for you to make this unravel?
I think probably about 10 or 12 years ago, when I saw lots of clients like face to face, I accidentally had an experience with this gentleman who came to see me because he had an addiction to sex. And he was having sex, 5, 6, 10 times a day with women from 16 through to 90. He was a salesman, and he was struggling to work because everywhere he went, women wanted to have sex with him. He was married with 3 little girls, and he was very concerned it was getting worse and he was going to get caught and lose his family. So he came to see me, and this accidental merging happened. Which I worked out over the years or months later doing research and everything was actually herioscamos, where my soul and his soul actually connected. The frequency of love that happens in those connections is so powerful that the humans can mistakenly think that they're falling in love. Part of me wants to tell you the terrible story that happened with it, and the other part thinks, oh, no, I will tell you actually, because it was really quite hilarious and frightening all at once. So I stayed merged with him for a 2-week period after that. I was married at the time with a husband who had zero interest in sex basically at all. And I was running around having 10, 15, 20 orgasms a day. I mean, I couldn't even drive down the street. I'd have to pull over every 5 minutes. If I went for a walk along the beach, I had to lay down. And this man came back after 2 weeks. No one had wanted sex with him, like it had been cleared from him. So, and you felt all these, Todd calls them soulgasms, but like every chakra, you move up and you work with every chakra. So all the polarities between this gentleman and myself, all those chakras got sorted out. I really had the time of my life, even though it was a little bit shocking. And he came back and his sex addiction was completely gone. And I spoke to him like 5 years later, and he'd never, ever cheated again. So that was my first introduction to it.
You know what? I never recorded
in there.
What?
That's incredible to hear. Also, yeah.
All right, it's on now. Todd Medina, Soldier One Studios, just, trying to make something happen with my friend Melinda on the flute. What else to do? That thine own self be true. Tried it all, not staying for what they're saying. Next spell they're selling, take it but don't tell. Trying to bribe and the flies, the angels in my soul. I've been pride of the tribe, possessing occupied. Devil to my soul, I've been homeless, holy and whole. Found divinity is in me. Not a sin to be me, I can just be. Fears lied to me. Now I'm free, fearless and free. World's lost its grip on me. And this is where a soul stands. Forgive me my mother, sister, father, and brother. Forgive me my child, stranger, friend, and lover. See what you see, the past let go of me. It's letting go of you. This is where we are, not where we're gonna be. Yesterday is gone, same old tired song. It's what we let it be.
Burdens wasted, blessings chased, shadows graced, finally facing death, no last breath. Sons and sisters setting like the suns. No more forgetting, impossible, not possible, but actual factual. Holographic, apocalyptic, there is no antithesis. Cosmic synthesis, put parentheses around the words, I am a soul. Sacred strides, cadence of a soul calling. Lies, governments, religions all falling. Pick up the pieces, increase the peace of the cool waters of the soul. Mystical circumstance, no chance, happenstance, nothing catastrophic, cryptic to mystic. Open eyes, seeing through mysteries, don't think our history. Had to run crisp at our knees, trying to hold down the light in you and me. Dark energies feel the end of our yin-yang universe, it's no disgrace. Then fooled when we retake this holy place. They lay there just beyond the lies. Time to face anything, anyone keeping us divided. They try, they can't hide it. Yeah. The only Independence Day that means anything is the one that takes place from the spirit, heart, and mind. We're our own salvation, divine demonstration, no matter the station of our lives. Freedom applies to...
The very nature of politics is dichotomous. Its purpose is to enslave. The intention of this system is to create an emotional attachment through a false sense of self, programmed through thought and bound by energy. Affliction comes by way of pain, antithetical to conviction, who is conjoined with peace. The substantial embodiment of our spirit leads to an unequivocal remembrance, a mental and emotional reframing. We have always been, and we will always be. The nature of the spirit is love. Love is the eternal essence of all, and love can only love. The conservative and liberal programmed against one another, the white programmed to see themselves as separate from the black programmed to see themselves as separate from the white, the Christian, the Mormon, the Muslim, programmed to see themselves as separate from the gay, the Muslim programmed against the Christian, and the Christian programmed against the Muslim. There is too much noise. The evangelical sees him as anointed. The minority sees him as the Antichrist, and the spiritualists split. The illusion of separation playing out everywhere and in everything. Now, let us all ask ourselves, who am I?
Learning process, the learning curve is lovely. It's not always fun, but it's lovely in the end. So that's, yeah. Like a couple of weeks ago, I think we had a conversation about that last time we were together. And I had a full night that I couldn't sleep and I was in deep sadness. Like every single hour, get up, come in the kitchen. It's like, oh my God, what is all that inside of me? And just take the time with it. I didn't fight it. I didn't bang on myself. Just understood that there was something coming and coming like a volcano, and sometimes it was very powerful. Sometimes it was just, oh, it hurts. Yes, that was okay. That was okay. I could say, yes, that was a purging. I didn't use that word at that moment. It was just being in the sadness for the whole night, many hours altogether. But
Emotional
lucidly,
purging, yeah.
yeah.
Was that lately? Was that lately? Because the energies
yeah,
are pretty strong right now. Yeah.
Yeah, lately, because we were together, what was it, last week or 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And I remember talking,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I was talking about that night where I didn't sleep at all. And I had a big day ahead, and I went on and did the day because I was at peace with what happened. I didn't fight it, so I didn't feel like losing energy on it. I actually used that experience to agree. This is it. This is life. This is part of it. It's okay. So that's it.
Beautiful. You explained it so beautifully.
Thank you. Yeah.
What about you, Gayatri?
Oh, I've been going through a lot, and I didn't realize there was so much that I had. Well, I've worked on a few things earlier, but I didn't know that there was so much left. So as you all know, my cards were ready on the 1st of August, my Dragon Oracle cards. And 1st of August, incidentally, happens to be my son's birthday, which was 30 years back. So on the 1st of August, in the middle of the night, around 2 a.m., I woke up with contractions, going through the labor pain all night, and nothing helped. So one next morning, I looked into it and I spoke to Bernadette. I think I spoke to you as well. And we looked into it, and I realized that this was all too physical for me. The cards coming in, I thought that my job was done, but it was almost like birthing all of them through me. And that opened up a whole new book of wounds there. So yeah, I was terrible for the whole week. I had to clear out a lot of stuff from the time from when I was in my mother's womb, all the wounds coming from there, and slowly get to my own wounds. So once that was a little off, slightly easing out, suddenly my throat was choked up. It all came up, I guess, in the throat, because maybe I just cleared it out from the other levels, and then it all came up into my throat. And I have had this, like, I was almost choking. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't swallow anything. And then every time I tapped into it, there was memories of previous lifetimes where I have been brutally murdered for speaking my truth. And there was times when I have not been able to speak. So all the communication stuff came up, and I've just been clearing all of that. So the entire month has gone with just clearing all the stuff that has been coming up. I just hope that's enough for now, because I'm exhausted. And thanks to you, all of you, supporting me. I don't know if I could have done it alone. So Bernadette.
Yunusai, Irihanina, Irikanina, Erikande, Yanas, Yalkanine, Medisunyana. dal jamne dar shamdina al jamde del sungan nam del jamne te sungan al jam te jam ete sungan dal jam ese sungan al jam del jamne del kandile del sandile te sungan al jamde te sungan al jam ete sungan al jam ese del sungan nam del te sarjan el jindan al jam ran jam dal jam del jandan der sar arjan etu danhan yetan el sungan dal jamne al jamne te sungan kin al jamne te sungan del sandile kandile andile jamde sungan nam del jam el sungan nam del diri kandile jana dari janana el sungan al jamne el sungan al jamne nam del te kufyana asha yeshana desoi nantina yer kanela yasha deshana nantele tushana nantele shana darshana nantele kufyan ashan ete dushan nante yale kandele el sungan yal shamina yal shamina grande yanas vasayanas ranyanas eyani yal shamina yal sungan yal shamina yal shamina al jamde el sungan nantele jamde desu jamde arjanete dile sungan nantele jamde san el sanjan arjanena aljanete el sungan nantele jamde el sungan aljan eja el pushana nantele jamde aljan eja el puha el sushana aljanete el pushana el janele yal janena yere kandele kan esushan ante yalhe etu yal shandele tushan ante dere sushana ari sushana ari shandi dere sushana nandele jandele tesujana ari jandele kinna aryana del tamna ari shandena ari shandele del sushana ari shandele ari shandele ya yar shandele shandal ke nandele kena dere sanna dere sushana dere shandena dere sunna arcandele che sunnandan dericandele che sangandan junasai.
You know, she told me something a long time ago. The first step to transformation is awareness. Well, if you can't admit it to yourself, not only are you technically not aware of it, you're actually exacerbating the situation. But I guess what I'm trying to say is you've got to start with being open and honest. What the universe used to tell me, the brutal honesty of the soul. To be open and honest, and you know, in AA they call it a fearless moral inventory. How do you find out where your blind spots are and your unconscious programming is? What better way to do it than to go to the key people in your experience who you think you know, and what you find out is as you start to you know, document or write down what you know of them, then you start to find out who you are. And I will say this, to go through this type of process now, there's a lot more energy supporting the situation today than there was 5 years ago. And I think if anyone just thinks about, you know, our journey over the last, since 2012, you can see that the energy's become more supportive. So this is not like it's a tough road. It's simply grow up. Why wouldn't you? I mean, she told me that one time, why wouldn't you invest this in yourself? You know, why wouldn't you do that? Like, you know, if this is about self-awareness, self-realization, you know, and all the things that come with it, what's the greatest investment you can make? It's in yourself. And I thought you were actually going to ask me a question. What would you do if a man walked up to you and said, I want a partner? I would say, do this. And I have. And it's I think that's really what it comes down to is that the conversation that you're having with your higher self, the universe, the days of getting away with it, getting away with the denial and, you know, the denial are over. So if you want to resist it,
If you want to ignore it or deny it, I can promise you that because the energy is more supportive and there's less energy supporting the bullshit, that little 10% that's left in you or whatever it is going to be exacerbated dramatically. It's going to be just as much of an exponential expansion as your elevation will be, because the universe is
energy a lot like vibrational power.
We work our asses off, all of us.
It's all about the I am soul. We've been doing a lot of talking about this virus and about this politics and this religion and all this other stuff, all these distractions from what the real story is, why we're all here. I think it's about time we have at least 50% of everything that's put before us be about who we are, and what we're a part of. Conscious colored energies hailing from the other side. Alternating currencies, healing frequencies are alive. Pleasing demons lost and found, angels, hangs of angels, thorns all crowns. Light workers, white, black, red, yellow, brown. Self-inflicted burden spark, healing freakish tendencies. I finally found my mark, coded neath the tendencies. I sip and swallow just the same, yin-yang vial of consistency. Come on, baby, play the game. Pop the vein, spirit of serenity. Blessed by fear's selling epiphany. Fatal dreams found to lose, earth face and anomalies. Dirt shines, diamond blind. Every card's coming, aces, one kind. Journey to a divinity, shedding skin and conditioned sins. Erasing false realities, journey of extremities. Chaos in the harmonies, finite to infinities, postulated possibilities. Freedom is fearless, and it is free.
People that are around are just like freaked out, trying to find water and gas. And I ran into a lot of people at the gas station in Johannesburg, or they're like trying to fill up their tank and get all the water, and they're totally unprepared for any kind of earth change, and they're just like freaking out. And it was beautiful to be there. I actually like lingered in the little gas station stop and talking to the owner and everything like that, and just having kind words for people, and how are you guys okay, and everybody was really okay. I mean, everyone was really dealing with it in such a beautiful way and helping each other out. And that always brings people together. Yeah. When the ground's shaking under your feet, it's kind of levels the playing field for everybody. So it was a beautiful thing to witness. But it's but that level of consciousness that is kind, that is caring, that is your mastery self, is really getting turned on now if you allow it. And I know a lot of people deny their own heart access to that because they don't know what's on the other side of that veil. Yeah. They don't know what's going to happen to me. I'm not going to be safe if I really open up my heart. I'm not going to be safe if I say exactly how I feel in a kind and loving way and don't kind of, put my dukes up kind of thing. It's, you got to trust it. Yeah. I mean, that's what the way showing is about. Yeah. We're just being the snowplow and, just paving the way, and making sure that everyone sees that it's safe to be in the state of consciousness, because it is just a state of consciousness.
Hello sister, do you think you know who you are? Do you think you know what you can do? I'm telling you, you don't know a thing about yourself as long as you think you're limited. Why am I telling you? Why am I so fierce at this moment? I'm telling you, I did think I knew who I am. All the time I would be mild and gentle and peaceful and a humble being, and it's perfect to be like this. You know what I mean? It is perfect to be all this. And I tell you, I still am. But there's the other part of me, of you, of anybody, of us. Whatever you are practicing all the time, all the years of your life, what you think you're good at, what you should improve, and what you should be perfect in, because you're born with it. I'm telling you, there's much more in each of you. My case, this you feel, you hear now, this fierce energy, this fire, and this pressure. Well, it's so much pressure because I've held it back all my life. What the hell did I do? I'm exploding, my goodness. You see, maybe it's not your part to learn this one, but I'm telling you, don't rely on that what you think you are. Don't rely on that what people are mirroring you and telling you what you shall do or be. Just find out, just do it. Go on, try yourself, make mistakes, fall and fall again, and get up again. You cannot fail, you cannot do anything wrong. Just do it. Get back your natural energy. Get back your natural being, your whole natural being. No matter if you're young or old, if you're a man or a woman, no matter which country you've been raised, no matter whatever people told you you are, no matter whatever you thought you will be, just be serious with yourself. Just be honest with yourself. Feel all the little things that want to come up in you and want to be expressed and lived and felt. Just go. Live it. Be it.
There's been a call. Let's say that.
We did put out a call.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that. There's been a call, and so now you're getting some black pink lines going to the Earth Collective, and they're reinstating the flow to create a choice. To create a choice for those that choose to go back into flow. Yet there's also the choice of those that want to stay in the experience. And this might be also metaphorically 3D or 5D Earth. Both are okay. And the last thing I want to make sure that I got right, you said no matter what happens, it's always okay.
Yes, it's always okay. Unless it's on your watch and you are in divine flow in your own universe. So our universe now, this is actually a mirror. You could mirror this. So do the reverse. They go out exactly the same. And this is Earth.
Yeah.
This is us. This is Creator. It's all the same.
Right.
So in our universe now, all is in divine flow. So all those guys that are watching and have been waiting, they've been waiting for us so that they can fold back into us to experience freedom.
Yeah.
True freedom, because at each level of these, there's a collective consciousness. And we're all one in the one.
Yeah.
Always. and in the divine flow. But when we are out here in creation, we are not all the same. We are all individual aspects. We are one in the flow and in our collective consciousness.
Yeah.
We are all brothers and sisters of that one collective consciousness. Humanity is one collective consciousness now, and we are all brothers and sisters, but our uniqueness is our own. Yeah. So when I put up that post of smoke and mirrors, because this is going to be a little bit controversial, but it's from my experience.
Yeah.
Yes, we are one, and I don't want anyone to think that I'm saying we're not one, because we are one collective consciousness running the same particles of creation with one whole creation dream, creation flow. We all want the same thing here. We knew that when we came.
Yeah.
The ones that don't want the same thing, we see when we are in our divine flow, we see. Not everybody here is going to go through, they're not going to have the divine flow. They're not here for that. They came for the program experience and also to try to disrupt whatever was going to happen, but what they thought was going to happen. So not everybody is a mirror of you. And if you are looking all the time at, so this person's in front of me and it's triggering me, others are a mirror until they're not. If you keep looking for triggers within yourself, the flow gets stuck, because when you're in divine flow and you know that you are one in divine flow, there is no mirror. You simply are, and they simply are.
So just to restate this, okay, because this is good, especially on the heels of what we talked about this morning and experiences. So in the
lost in the skies of the world. Do you see me now? You won't be told. Does that sound okay? Out of three, you break all the rules just to find where you came from and turn away. Fool, you won't buy to the blind ones no more. But to know silence like this, midnight, violence to bless, nothing for the one goes hard. We stand tall and turn to life. Oh, we're turning to love. Lost in the skies of the world. You see me and now you are be told. I'll be you burn through just to fight where you came from and turn away. Fool, no, you won't run to the blind no more. No more, no more. but to know silence like that.
Spirit and physical matter are separate and distinct from each other, and one is good and one is bad. Don't really need to get into that, but that attitude infuses a lot of what people believe.
Yeah.
So for me, I do meditate. I do healing processes on myself. I do try to listen to the messages that my higher self has for me. But I don't always meditate in the traditional ways. For me, hiking is meditation. It's my absolute favorite form of meditation is to go out into the wilderness and just clear my mind and walk and just see what comes to me. I'm a huge fan of ayahuasca. I'm a huge fan of breath work, and I do a breath technique that I call dry dosing, which is designed to stimulate the centers of the brain that get stimulated when you're taking a psychedelic drug or something else. It's, it's a wonderful way to have the psychedelic experience without the legal jeopardy. So, right. And it's free. So I do a little bit of that. I do a number of different practices, and I teach a lot of different practices to my clients, but there's not one thing that stands out as supreme.
Yeah. But I think, for some people, because I've seen a lot of people ask the question, I mean, I never did it consciously till I met my partner. I had no, I had no concept of it. I never really thought about it.
Yeah.
And then one day, she said to me, just pull up your higher self. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? Which it was that simple. I just sat down, I just said, come see me or whatever, and boom. Now, the reason I'm bringing that up is because I've had a lot of people, I've watched their comments and seen their questions. How do you do that? And so I know it's a little bit tricky because we have this human, the cognitive, the human brain, the conscious, whatever you want to call it. And then we have that space in between, that intuitive, that knowing. But something to this effect. Do you pose verbal questions? Is it or is it just a silence where the intuitive takes over, where the knowing going both ways is already engaged in this conversation? I mean, I know that sounds a little bit hokey, but or breaking it down to a point where it may sound a little hokey. But I mean, when you have this conversation, is there a verbalization to it?
For me, there is. Okay. And I know that for other people, there doesn't need to be a verbalization. For me, it's almost the situation where I'm channeling my higher self. So I'll have a conversation with my higher self that will kind of flow through me. What normally happens is when I'm hiking, at a certain point, I'll just click into a spontaneous lecture of some sort.
Yeah.
It's like I'm walking along and then suddenly I start speaking. I have no idea what I'm going to be speaking about or even any intention to speak. And then suddenly this whole lecture will come flowing out of me. And it's really awesome when that happens. And sometimes the material that's channeled is completely and utterly unexpected. I was walking along and like this lecture about spirituality in ancient Egypt started flowing out of me. And I said, where is this coming from and how is it relevant? Because I felt so disconnected from it. And yet there it was.
Yeah. I can relate to that.
Yeah.
That's a good explanation.
In terms of practical matters, the issue that we face as human beings, especially since we are emerging from the age of Pisces, there were certain structural limitations that we all just accepted as reality as the human species in the age of Pisces. In the age of Pisces, was an age of three-dimensional awareness and navigating the physical world, figuring out how to navigate the physical world, and the very firm belief among most people that power involves the manipulation of external circumstances. So it's all about getting the resources. It's all about the zero-sum game. If I have more, somebody else has less. If they have more, I have a little bit less. Therefore, I have to compete and manipulate and place myself in the right place to get more for me, even though it hurts other people. That's all the age of Pisces thinking. But because we're growing out of that, it's still, it's in our collective consciousness. And therefore, the basic belief systems, the higher dimensional awareness is difficult. A lot of us just learn from the age of childhood or from the age of birth that number one, you can't have higher dimensional awareness. Number two, you're forbidden to have it because it's somehow anti-spiritual or anti-God, or God will get angry, or whatever the other reasons are. Number three, the biggie, it's dangerous to tap into unseen forces, and therefore you should avoid them at all cost. And then the belief that it's simply not possible for me. I can't do it. I don't have the capacity. Only special people can do that.
Right.
So if we can clear those just basic fundamental belief systems about the nature of spiritual awareness itself, it becomes a lot more natural for people. In Lightbridge and in some other systems, it's called meta-healing. It's called healing the belief systems about what healing actually is, or healing the belief systems about what intuition actually is. You clear away the belief that claircognizance or clairvoyance are extremely rare and difficult to learn, then it becomes so much easier to actually step into your claircognizance.
Yeah. And so, and this is this is a very, I don't know, it's an evolving.
I am not concerned
for everybody.
with the
Like you
name
said, nobody has
of your God. Show me how this God has transformed your heart. Do you meet the spirit of every soul with reverence? Do you embrace all of life with a tender touch of eternity? You say you will only bow before the Christ. To bow before God is to bow before life. Your tongue seeks blood, and your words have become knives. Your sight scarred and bisected, and your actions fed by your wounds and unleashed as animus. Surely this is not the messenger of God. Burn your beliefs, for they have contaminated your heart. Let all desire reveal itself as one in a field full of flowers. You yearn to bloom, to be love, but to only feel one's pain is like a bird without wings, so afraid of the dark, so afraid to enter your heart. There is nothing in this world that will lead you back to God, except for your pain. And then, like the monarch who meets the tears of those dead. A filling, your breath will recede, and your spirit will glimpse grace. Within the raptured heart and mind, the spirit becomes renewed in sight. You have not reached redemption until everything becomes God in your eyes.
Can you hear it? Supergalactic Fragilucious. Test, test. Test, test, test. Got it? Ryan Aguilar, the Beast on the guitar. That's his new name. Remember, the road will still be golden, even when your highest faith in something outside yourself is shattered to pieces. The road will still be golden if your prophet's words prove altered with lies applied to serve the selfishness of our minds. The road will still be golden if aliens descend from the skies and we discover that we are born of their light through their seeds. The road will still be golden if and when the nukes begin to fly and electricity becomes a dying dream and a renewed quest for living arrives. The road will still be golden when science and the stars collide with Jesus and the Anunnaki as Nibiru meets the third eye. Certain of nothing but our own divinity. Our place is here and now. We are golden and we are soul, but much more than that. That's where it's at. Breaking through that multi-dimensionality, divinity, infinity. Holy Triad, the Trinity. We're bringing it down now. This is our time. Time to rise. It's a benediction, coronation, divine demonstration, human soul hybrid. That's right, the whole universe is on the edge of their seat. We're expanding this universe from the inner verse, the outer breath of Mother Creation, taking this universe to places it's never been before. That's a real deal. None of this stuff going on in the world stage or even in these family dramas with friends. Nah, it's all about you. Keep living to your truth, because then the universe reciprocates, and with these energies coming down, it can be a bumpy ride or it can be a big soul-gasm. Yeah, bring in that eclipse and that new moon. Time to bring the bass down, lower the boom.
This is a 528 hertz heart chakra opener, love frequency. I was guided with a little message. Started writing. Okay, there we go. Spiritual gangsta claiming one, dividing self, one complaint at a time. Instead, I'm gonna spew through this little rhyme. Ready? Here we go. Love and light, this is how we fight. Sending out acceptance. Change isn't what we do, change is what we are. You wanna be a spiritual gangsta? Stop the venom spew. Trump is who we consciously chose. It's who we've got, whether you want to believe it or not. Spiritual gangsta, put your ego aside. Stop whining. Injustice, another illusion, because we are free. Stand with me, us, the one, here to learn how to love all that stand before me. I shall wash your feet. Oneness is the only way we will ever be complete. I'm not judging, brothers and sisters. This is a friendly reminder. Breathe, just be. Allow your heart to lead. You desire change? Change your mind. Feel before your fingers hit the keys. Feel before you speak. Be an example of this love ministry. You sick of hypocrites and posers you claim? Can't be one that makes you just the same. Again, desire change, go silent. Don't speak, send love. Hate is for the weak. Let's take the high road together. We have changed Earth, Gaia forever. Pride in your country, your world, no divide. Pull up your big girl panties, it's time to ride. Soulogy style. Today is a happy day. Praise be to us. Praise Blu-ray. Put love where your mouth is.
Todd Medina, Soulogy One Studios, coming at you with a little bit of soul speak, compliments of Joey Badass. Yeah. Truth. I don't know what I'm doing. There's no plan. This shit is moving so fast. Like we're all babies again, learning at warp speed. But this time the universe is reciprocating. Oh yeah. Big time. Yeah. We're all the center of the universe, and that ain't no story sold in a good book. Nah, we are the good book. We are the science in the stars. The universe originates in the inner space beneath the construct of a mind. We, as a universe, lay down on us, threw down on us with purpose and meaning. I am soul. It's not a cliche, it's a fucking battle cry. because it can help you find your ass in the deepest, darkest little depths you could ever attract to yourself. And if you've thought about it and didn't want to think about it, you can bet it's coming. Oh, hell yeah. This is the Ascension. Where the walls come tumbling down, or the ride can be a big soulgasm. Yeah. That's right, man. The choice is on us. This is a space we hold in the entirety of the universe. The only thing we can own is ourselves. So make it good, man. Bring it. Come on. Yeah. Every time, all the time, because the greatest truth is we were all right on time. Who's the only one could have really fooled you? Think about it. Give yourself some credit. Don't tell me you can't feel it. Don't tell me that. That sacred vibration, the one you seek, that sensuous love coming from the soul, we all been there, man. Just think of your highest pain. Those wholesale changes when life rearranges in the blink of a mind's eye. Because you remove the mind to find a higher mind. That's it, man. That's you. Hardcore living soul. That's right. Hardcore loving soul. That's right. Namaste. This makes total sense. So we what did you call it? It was a replica, or what did you call it?
Yes, it is. And I'm getting the chills all over my body because I haven't really spoken about this. Now I know about this very much so, and that's why I get off electronics. Like on the weekends, I try to get off electronics, and I don't use my phone. It took me a long time to get a smartphone. All of that. I've known about this for quite some time, but I haven't shared it. I haven't shared it in this way. I almost felt that people just knew it. That spiritually connected conscious people just understand that, right? We all understand what this internet is, right?
Yes.
So.
Great explanation. I got popped out again.
Okay, yeah. Well, this is a significant.
You got it. You got it. I think that's what kicked us off. I mean, you actually just said what this is. It is a physical manifestation of our divine holy matrix, and that's why anything we do permeates through the entire internet, which is integrating with the divine holy matrix. That's why any of us can do this. Any of us can pick up a microphone, put out a post, put out an image, and it permeates through the entire holy divine matrix. That's what you're saying. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And so this, in a way, is sort of showing us our divinity and our power of how we can contribute to the unity conscious frequency grid.
Yes.
Because whatever you put out there, it goes on a network. It's in a network, and it's in a connection.
Man.
Of course, I always wanted, that's why I had to wait. I've had to surrender to different things. That's why I had to wait a whole year before I could touch the computer. Because what I wished is that we didn't even use the internet, that we use our vehicle. I mean, we're using our vehicle to assimilate another system of connection. However, that's how I love telepathy. I love the way that I can connect with the higher beings, how we're able to just to see each other, like just so wholly, and our whole essence, how we can hold that for each other, how we can so just really truly see each other, because this is still like, you know, you and I, it's a little dimensional.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little one-sided. I mean, I see you, you see me, but you know.
But I got to tell you, with Anrita, I didn't even tell her this. Anrita Melchizedek, a couple days ago, I actually saw her with all this frequency interference or interdimensional stuff that was happening. I was having these technical problems, but we got through it. I actually saw her face morph into a multidimensional aspect of herself. And just a while ago, I saw the same thing happen to you. Okay. And I know I'm not seeing things. So your explanation
we're live, but let me
is a
check.
beautiful explanation because it
make
is
sure
the truth,
everything's
because
cool.
we are integrating and it makes total sense. That's why when
It's
we
funny,
first
there's
got
a
on the
delay.
internet, we would send images
I see
and
you
we would have
talking and then I see you moving.
Yeah, there's a delay with me, but you're
encounters
good.
with people, and you could feel their energy.
So I just
That
want
is our
to
that is our
share some messages and share some light language with everybody who's watching right now. And just know that this language and these energies flow through all of us. Everyone has this ability.
Hold your mic up.
Okay.
Hold your mic up.
This one? Is that better?
Yeah, I can hear. That way, I can hear what they're hearing. Go ahead.
Okay. I like to use my hands. There you go. It's good?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. So I just want to create a really beautiful space for everybody and just bring in some love. It's really what it's about. And we are collaborating this together. So my spirit name is Isake Tosawa Kewi, beautiful violet star woman, Sakara Tosa. Wala kaine asoko toeshide. Niki toeshime na ala wa kaine wa sambote seki toeshime. Ano soko. Ushiki te wala kaine wa sambote seki to wala kaine wa sambote seki. See, this ascension shift that we're going through has already happened. We're just living into it now. We're just walking into it. Chikuela kaina wa shambodese. Anosokoto shime nuela kaina wa shambodese. Everybody has been seeded from many, many star systems. Your whole body system is a map of the cosmos, map of Mother Earth. Chikuela kaine. Anosokoto shime. Sokoto shinge duela kaina wa shamboboy sekina wa sante. Dura kaino wa shangete sekut wala kine asokoto shime. No saki tit wala kaino wa shambate se. This energy that's coming back now, what they call the divine feminine, is ancient memories are being reactivated. Ancient memories are coming in and awakening your DNA and all the photons in your body. Everything is awakening. So we're just remembering. It's very simple. There's no work in this. Chukwuela kaina wa shambote se anosokoto wa shime. Nusukoto wa shine wala kaina wa shambote se ki tuela kaina wa shambote se asano wa shama wala ka sukoto wa shime. Yeah, you can turn the music down a little bit. I can freestyle without. That's okay.
I got you covered on the music.
Okay, because somebody said they can't hear.
Yeah, but that I already took care of it.
Got it. Okay, cool.
Got a little soul speak on the ascension that we all share. This unveiling, this apocalypse. You know, all this discussion of what is reality, conspiracy, heresy, truth that's stranger than fiction. Doesn't get any better than this. It's not just time to bring on the apocalypse, it's time to start riding it. It's not going to hurt us. Because one thing's for sure, in our conscious mind and even in our subconscious, if that's what you want to call it, we have always survived. And the reason for that is because we never die. So when it comes to ascension, what else is there to talk about? This ascension, unveiling, is not complicated. It's just a microcosm of the state of our being from any point, from this present moment to any point in our past. And in regard to the past, now we can look back to see, to awaken without the element of linear time. Yeah. Because the wisdom still comes. Because the universe is never late. That means we can take from our past the powerful wisdom of the eternal moments, seen when we unveil the hurts and the blame given and received. You know, we've reached a point where forgiveness will cease to exist. Because perfection did not create forgiveness, but as a path to a higher perfection, a new reflection of itself, of ourselves. Yeah, it's true. It's just not necessary forgiveness, and neither is earth love. So we can stop chasing both right now and all the false securities and failed searches that go with the lofty goals of a moral world. Both the things that they put beyond our reach and the reasons they gave us for not being able to reach them. It's time to re-enter the fold of the immortal, the fold of the I Am soul.